Hello guys, today we are going to solve today's problem of the day. Let's go. Problem of the day is medium question, not hard. So let's get it started. First we look at the say 21. A21. Oh, minimize the hamming distance after swap operations. Given three integer array source and target, both of the length and you also given an array of allowed swaps. Each allowed swaps of A of I, B of I indicates that you are allowed to swap. So, like, how are we allowed to swap right now? Index and source of array of source. Note that you can only swap the elements at specific pair of indices multiple times in an or any order. Hamming distance two arrays of same length, source and target. The frick is running here, bro? Someone hacking my system, bro. What the fuck? Let's check the task manager. I don't see anything suspicious right now. There is nothing suspicious, right? What the hell is this? Okay, I don't see anything suspicious right now. Anything. Nah, everything is fine. I guess that was some kind of boat operation. So, note that you can only swap the element at specific pair of indices multiple times in any order. Humming distance two arrays of same length, source and target is the number of positions where the elements are different. Formally, it is a number of indices I less than equals to n minus 1 like last index, and where source of I is not equals to target of I. Whenever my source of I is not equals to target of I, then only I can do this thing over. Let me see. So they told me like I allowed swap is like in between of 1 and 0 and 1 they can swap, 1 3 they can swap. Oh, this is index, okay. The humming distance of source and target is 1 since they differ from 1. Differ in one position, index 3. What the hell is this? 1 2 3 4. Target is 1 2 3 4. We need to find the target. Okay, now I understood. We have to make the source. We have to make the source as this and find the total number of swap happened, I guess. But still, this is not matching with this one, man. How can we solve this? Swap indices of zeros and one source equals to 2 and 1 3 4. So when we swap 0 and 1, we get 2 and 1. And when we swap 2 and 3, we get 4 and 3. So like what is the difference here, right? The Hamming distance of the source and target is 1 as they differ from the one position index 3. What do you mean by one position? Where is my 5? Okay, there is no 5. Okay. Okay, the 5 was given in the target, but it is not present in the source. Now we have to swap these indices and find what? They swap the 4 and 3, then they told me like hamming distance of the source and target is 1. As they differ in one position index 3. Let me see the third 5, 1, 2, 4, 3. And the target given is like 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. And the source is like 5, 1, 4, 3. 5, 1. This is the only swap. But they will give us the index also, like what we need to swap. And if we swap 0 and 4, 0 and 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we swap 0 and 4, then it will become 3 and this will become 5. If we swap 4 and 2, then again with 4. 4 and 2, then 4 and 2, then this will become 3 and this will become. After that, if we swap 1, 1 with the 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this will become 4 and this will become 1. Again 1 with the 4. Since here it is 4, now since we had 2 here, 4 will become 2 and 2 will be coming here, 4 will be coming here, and then I think it will be forming the target again. Let's see. Let's let's dry run, bro. Dry run. You are given two integer array source and target, both has length n. You are given an array of allowed swaps. So we need to write swapping project, and the swapping value will be current index of source and current index of target. If it is matching with the first, we need to write the swap logic. First, let me first understand the question. We are given two arrays. Whenever whenever my Hamming distance is Hamming distance of two arrays the same length of source and target. Number of positions where elements are different. Formally, it is number of indices. Okay, the total number of things are different from the. Oh, they will be giving us an array and allowed indices also. Then target. We need to make sure that it's close enough to the target they given us. So the swapping indices they are given already. We need to make sure that only swap happens on these indices. I guess for the source indices it will be like 0, and for the target indices it will. No, sorry. This is whole for the source index. Like the first element and the second element, whatever the value we will be taking that. So whenever my target, wherever, okay, sorry, whenever I couldn't understand this thing. Like we, I think we need to minimize the distance between the non-differential values. I guess. Hamming distance of two arrays of the same length source and target is a number of positions where the elements are different formally. It's a number of indices where the source of I is not equal to the target and in zero indices. Okay, let's maintain an minimum indices maybe something simple variable. run through the form. Whenever this thing is happening, then we have to, I think we need to calculate this thing. What the fuck is happening? What the hell, bro? I just copied, man. What the hell? Can't I even copy? Minimum indices plus plus will happen. And now is the real term. We know the swapping logic, but how do we come up with the intuition for the swapping with the indices? Can we just create a new function here, like for swapping? Like let me const swapping. This is nothing but an arrow function in JavaScript. Don't get scared. So here we'll be passing the source array, and here will be like the index array, maybe this text array, maybe allow whatever, allow swaps array. Now we have our source and swapping indices. Now we have to run a loop through the source array and swap only on the. Wait, how can we? If there is only two indices, then it will be easier for us to do. There are so many indices. Let me open the window, man. Like fucking hard. So what the fuck? For swapping, we need two values for swapping. We have the source index and swapping index. What we need to do is like whenever my swap is happening, can I just write it inside itself? Like why do I need to create a separate function for that? I'm going to say swapping. Whenever allowed index is there, then only we have to swap, right? If source of I equal to, can't I do it here itself? Like why I need to write a separate thing, like and source of. Wait, this is not source of I. Source of I is like value of source, but we need the index of the source, right? Tricky question. Do we need to do with the two pointer here? How can I calculate the allowed swap here? போதும். Hmm. Okay, let's compare. I equals to allowed swaps of I. This will not work, man. Like we need double indices for this also. Like this condition will not work. We need to maintain separate pointer for this. Like how can I manage it? This allowed swap. Whenever this condition fails, then my minimum indices will increase, and whenever swapping is happening, then I will decrease the counting, and then at the end we can return the count. But we need to figure out how can we start the swapping of the elements. Since swapping of the element is easy, but with they have given us the indices also, we need to make sure that this indices only get swapped. How do we approach this problem right now? Can we go for another for loop and only swap if my still I need to maintain some pointers, I guess. Should we go with the two pointers since it is already sorted? Not sorted. The sorting helps us. Oh, this is DFS, bro. This is hard one. Source array can be imagined as graph and each node. Uh, sorry, I can't understand. Like, do we need to know something different for this? An array question. Sharp indices of zero something. This will not work. Let's take two pointers. While my Let us give a start and end, bro. Start. While my start is less than end, is everything happen. If scores so it will keep on going clear. Else, else if not else if let's go with the else itself like only two condition either this will happen or that. Now you write a swapping logic. Can we write a swapping logic? Temp. Oh, this is crazy, bro. How the fuck we are able to get the values of this thing? Like, I can't understand. Can we able to do something like this? I just need this swap indices. Like, how can we use the swap indices right now? We have these two things. Like, we only need the swap indices like and swap this values and check how much difference it is there. They supposed to. Let me go with the for loop itself. Since source and target has the same length, so we don't have to worry about the length. Now, if my source of I not equals to source of target, no, sorry. Whenever it is not equal, then we have to swap, right? So what we need to do for swapping, we have an allowed swaps. How we can incorporate the allowed swap inside this logic right now? Since this is running differently, that will be running differently. Like how? I have my allow swap and I have the source and target. I need to swap whenever it is not equal and measure how much time we swap. No, at the end we can just do an iteration and check how much difference is there between the values. Whenever my I and j is not equal, then we'll keep an counter and at the end after the swap. So swapping will happen here. Swapping logic. But we need to find how can we use the allowed swaps here. Can we just write a loop of for j loop and just run on and allowed swap there? But that is not the right way to do, right? And we are not even like swapping the source and target. We are swapping the inside only the source. I think we need a two pointers for that. Brain is not braining then. What the hell? Do I need to maintain pointers right now? Let me give a- Since we have the allowed swap now, this is the right way of doing swapping. Do we need a double loop for this thing? Like, what the hell? I think we need a double loop like I and J. Even plus plus and P2 plus plus. After this thing is happening, then you can run on another. I plus J plus plus. Wow, it worked for one. Lol, 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 lol. Let's print and see. Temp source one. Let's see the swap. Temp equals to source A. Temp equals to source A. And source A equals to source B. Source B. And source B equals to temp. It is proper, man. But I think anyhow this is getting failed. I think this is not the way you can do that. We need to think some other logic right now. Let me see, like can't we just check total number of elements not matching? Uh, where did I make mistake? After swapping, I'm also incrementing my what the hell is this index. So it doesn't say the same. Like, what is wrong here? Like, I'm storing the index of the 1 here. After swapping, I'm also incrementing the indices. Then checking for the again we're checking for the source of this and I equals to the fucking starting. The from smoking. Okay, my logic work for the second one. Like, what is wrong here? Need to figure out. Why are we getting five here? Like, there shouldn't be like four. My swapping logic is not working anyhow. P1 and P2. And whenever my source of I is not equals to target of I, then will be my P1. This swapping only happens inside source, right? Since target is like the result, I guess. So we need this only for the comparison. Only this thing happens for this one. So what the fuck, bro? I just need a clue to how we can just iterate over this thing. And like this is bit tricky, I guess. Like we have three arrays. I understood like whenever my source of target is not equal to source of I, then I need to swap. But how we need to take the allowed swaps in the index, that is a typical part here, I guess. Once you figure out that thing, we can just get the answers. See here, one of my test cases got passed because of that thing. And why are we getting four? Like I can't understand. Like it will first compare. Oh, but we are directly mutating the array, right? Like then that shouldn't be any issue, I guess. So let me print my source after swapping and every other logic. If this is proper, then I think we should work like otherwise something is wrong. Wow, we are getting undefined. What the hell is this? What the freak is this, bro? If this fucking swap did something wrong, how we can take the index of this and put it here like any idea? Intuition for this. Logo. Logo. Hmm. Yeah, but this should come inside. But I think something is wrong with my swapping logic. Not something like completely wrong. Because it is not fucking even swapping, but like literally replacing the whole values out of somewhere. Like, see this shit, bro. What the fuck is this? Undefined. What the frick is this? It just gave the source. I think no swap happened here, bro. But we still got two. Oh. Okay, whenever my target is not equal, then we are calculating. So here one is equal and two is not equal and three is not equal. So the answer is two. What about the rest thing? One is not equals to the two and two is not equals to the one and three is not also equals to the one. Hey, Nathan, not already. Eh, are they given allowed indices? Like, I really need to see the allowed indices or like I just need to compare this value and swap, bro. Why am I even seeing the allowed indices? Let's imagine that my 2, 0 and 1 and 2 and 3, 0, 1, 3. Oh, this is crazy. Like, there is no file. My fucking solution is not working. This is wrong, but swapping logic is right. But I think all this shit is wrong. How do I access this swapped allowed swaps? Should I ask for the A for the little bit of hint? Since our fucking dumb brain is not able to catch up with the logic, I'm just asking for small hint. I'm going to copy the shit, go to the chat GPT and paste paste it. Now, how I'm supposed to access the index of the allowed indices, allowed array, what the allowed. Just give me in draw no answer. Yeah, your current approach is going off rail bit. Here is a clear hint without spoiling the full solution. Allowed swap is not two indices, it is a pair of indices. Instead of doing this, you have to do this. What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? We need to destructure this thing to this thing. We need to destructure this thing. Let me try once. Let me try once. Now we have destructured this. Now we have let a equals to allowed swap of I of. Then what about the other values, bro? What the freak, bro? Okay, this thing will go. This thing will go for everything, I guess. This will literally go for everything. This is how we need to swap. Oh, bro, the fuck? This fucking logic did not even come in my brain. Dumb brain. Now, since we have A and B, what happens is like every indices, it goes first. It will go to the first index and then 0 and 1, and the next index 2 and 3. Boom, middle swap. So let's take A, P1 as A and P2 as B. P1 as A, P2, P2, B, and this cell is not needed right now. Now I think they should work. Since our swapping logic is right, why there is so much spacing issues here, bro? What the fuck? It look ugly as fuck. Just like me. Oh, cannot, what? The fuck are you saying? Cannot? This is how we destructure array, right? Array destructuring. Okay, we did something wrong here. I think this should be something like this. Maybe this should be coming first is like bounce value. Me no first. I had a dream. This will be like P1, P2 again, P1, P1, P2, P2. Now I have destructured our array properly after from the allowed swap indices of I, and now we have everything P1, P2, and now we are swapping with the whatever was index. Let's go now. Hope it's over. What the fuck it is? What do you mean by allowed swap is not? What the? It is proper, but can't destructure like this. Is this wrong? Can't we really destructure like this? Allowed undefined on the iterable. What the fuck? and allowed swap. If I do it like this, then it should it should retain the boundary, right? Still, it is not retaining the boundary. Ah, and so how are we supposed to do this? Even this destructuring is not working, then we need to think something else. What was wrong here? Like, is he asking me to create A and B? That is not created here, right? Should I just make let A equals to 0 and do this after that? Since now we have A and B, they shouldn't be complaining. If it is still complaining, then we need to do. A has already been declared. What do you mean by already declared? Then what the fuck are you asking? Oh, you mean this thing? I'm removing this. Why are we getting 4 here? Like, bro, this is fucking crazy. And my output is not even getting printed right now. Okay, it is getting printed. But there is no changes. I guess there is no swap happen. Why the swap didn't happen? If I just remove this thing, then it should be complaining like A and B, where is A and B, what is A and B? Yeah, so A is not defined, B is not defined. Can't I really do it like this, bro? What the fuck? Do I really need A and B? Can't I really do it like this? Let A equals B and B. Now a lot of index is there, and do we really need this thing right now? Since we already have that here. Why it is saying undefined? Until it is not equal to length minus 1, then only we do. Otherwise, we don't do. And then only I think swapping logic also works. Did I submit? How the fuck it got submitted? Past 0 test cases. What the fuck? Ah, it's complaining, bro. And then I is less than swap. I think now it shouldn't be complaining, right? Like it will go till only allowed swap length is there. Then yeah, fine. Okay, pretty close enough. Okay, the swap is happening right now. Since our source was this, and when I swap 1 and 2, then we get 2 and 1. And when we swap 2 and 3, the 2 is like basically 3 and the 4. So why the fuck you didn't get swap right? Wow. 1, 2. This didn't get swap. Is it because of length minus 1? I did not even do length minus. Then equals to. Till it is less than equals to my, then only you do. Doing equals to is giving me 2. Length minus 1, if I do length minus 1, will it remove the last error? Why the last swap is not happening? I can't understand. First swap happened properly. And what about the 2 and 3? It did not even swap though. It is fucking same logic. And here since we did not have anything, 2 proper. Why are we even getting 5 here? What the fuck? 0 and 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 4. This is done. 4 and 2. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 was here. 0, 1. This is. How is the logic working? Why the swapping is happening wrong? A A will temp will be storing A and A will be stored in B and B will be having temp. This is proper, bro. This is a proper structure. So how can we find like why my swapping is not working? Since we are only swapping the source of A and B, then it should be working like why it is not. Instead of putting it here, can we do and allow swap? What the fuck am I even typing? Nah, this will limit my loop itself. Like, what if there is only 2 values there? Then it will run for only 2 conditions. This is wrong. And here, why are you getting like undefined? Oh, um, if allow to swap dot length greater than, then only do this shit. Do this swapping in order. Now for undefined, it is coming because of still it is showing undefined. What the hell? Undefined may be coming from here, I guess. Whenever my allowed of app dot length is there, then only. Or should we do it like this? All out swap is there, then only do this operation. Like what the fuck? What the fuck we are doing? I think we will need to lose for this doing this shit. How do I solve this problem? To make sure that this index and only this index is it will work, right? Like since we have two indices, both indices are coming from the allowed swap only, and it is not taking. What the hell is wrong with it? And why it is saying me like undefined? The bullshit. You're closer, how, bro? I'm closer. Issues are still tripping up. I will keep it small and targeted him. Condition is meaningless. This is always true because array is always true key, not protecting you. And what is your what you actually need is to think I Is there any pair of I? Wrong assumption. Oh, you mean I have to run on the parking allow indices? Seriously, bro. Now my target and source everything will cry now. Since they will run out of the index. Came, it came. Seriously. So I need to only change this logic right now. This is not working, I guess. How many are different from the source and target? Did you remove the console log? Let's also print the target. And this is not even working, so and here we have source and target. Let's see what two is matching, one is matching. The output should be one, right? Like why the it should go for a pair, I guess. We have to see every individual value. Maybe minus one could be the answer. Now two conditions should pass. It passed only. Now we only need to figure out how can we calculate the differences. Each source of j plus 1 and target of f. Should I write it target of j? I have recorded 0 here. Is it a completely different? What the fuck? I think this is not the right approach to do. Just because of comparing single value we are getting. exactly. Tell me, will my upload work or not? To be frank, don't lie. Alright. Some. Bro, what the fuck? You saying I need to know fucking graph to do this. Yeah. So my what sort of what is wrong? Uh, why I'm getting the value here? Maybe some sort of so why the freak 18 is not here though? It is divisible by divisible some divisible. Is it divide or modulo? This is what I did. Instead of taking this thing, still 18 got missed, bro. What the fuck? How? Is it because of you? Why do we not have? अरे यार but still there is no 18, bro. I think since this is pair, I think you should go with I guess. And what else? But inside we're not building progressive summary. How? Everything deeply creative. What the fuck? What happens if we not reset this thing? How the fuck already 40 to 40 is not even there. Why still 18 is missing? My day is bullshit. Yeah, I did that, but still didn't go. Why are we not even getting 80? 18 now supposed to. Let me let me change my approach. If nums of I plus nums of I so divisible by 3. So तो ऑफ एंड भी हो गया ब्रो। हाँ। यार आई नीड DQ to do this, bro. Graph. Disjointed. I said, what the fuck? I need to know fucking graph for this, bro. What the fuck? Arey, what the hell? I think I need to study this topic first.